Diana Golden grew up a happy but awkward child in Lincoln, Massachusetts. She wasn't very good at sports. In fact, she was always the last person to be picked to be on a team. Sometimes she wasn't picked at all. But there was one sport that Diana was very good at: skiing. Every weekend in the winter, Diana skied with her family. What she liked most was that she could do it by herself. She didn't have to wait to be chosen. One day, when Diana was 12 years old, one of her legs collapsed under her. She thought it was strange, but she tried to forget about it. Later, it happened again. Her parents took her to a doctor. Unfortunately, Diana had bone cancer, and her leg had to be removed. After her surgery, Diana was very brave in front of her parents and doctors. But when they left the hospital room, she cried for hours. She kept thinking about how miserable her life was going to be. Several days later, Diana asked one of her doctors if she could still ski. He said there was no reason why she couldn't. That made her feel much better. While she was at the hospital, Diana saw other children die from cancer. She began to realize that she was lucky to be alive. A few months later, Diana was ready to try skiing again. She was unsure of her abilities and she was afraid to fail. Her parents took her to a ski area that had a program called National Handicapped Sports. She saw other disabled athletes, and she also met her ski instructor. He was a Vietnam War veteran with one leg, but he skied like a champion. He gave Diana the confidence and encouragement to make her dream come true. With hard work and determination, Diana started skiing again. It was amazing. Soon she was skiing as well as she had before. One day, during her junior year of high school, the school skiing coach saw her practicing. He asked her to work out with the ski team. She started to train to make her body stronger, especially her leg, back, and arms. A year later, she competed in the World Games for Disabled Athletes in Norway. That same year, she won the downhill event in the World Handicapped Championships. Diana was filled with enthusiasm. She thought of nothing else but skiing, racing, and winning. Eventually, Diana became the star of the United States Disabled Ski Team. Newspapers and magazines published articles about her. They called her a champion and a hero. But Diana didn't believe she was a hero. She was just doing her best. After high school, Diana went to Dartmouth College. She trained with the ski team there in the school stadium. She had to use crutches to help her, but she ran and hopped up the stadium steps. There was a baseball field near the stadium where Diana worked out. Another student named Steve Brosnahan noticed her while he practiced. He admired her and liked her from a distance, but she didn't notice him. During her second year at Dartmouth, Diana quit skiing. She felt confused about her future. She didn't know who she was or what she wanted to do with her life. She began to search for meaning in her life. She joined a religious group. She studied and read. But after a while, she realized how much she missed skiing. After she graduated in 1984, Diana returned to skiing. She worked harder than ever to build up her strength again. She trained with both disabled and non disabled skiers. With great determination, she began to build the greatest career in history of disabled sports. In all, Diana Golden won 29 gold medals in world and national championships, gold medal in 1988. Throughout the 1980s, she continued to win medals and awards in both disabled and regular events. In 1988, she was named U.S. Alpine Skier of the Year. The U.S. Olympic Committee named her Female Skier of the Year. In 1991, she received the prestigious Flo Hyman Award presented by the Women's Sports Foundation. Diana was on top of the world. She had a wonderful personality, a bright smile, and high spirits. She was smart and funny. Over the years, she did a lot for the disabled athletes movement. Because of her efforts and triumphs, people began to see disabled athletes as true athletes first, not just as disabled people. Diana was an inspiration to many people. She shared her feelings and experiences in articles, television talk shows, and speeches she gave around the country. She told people that they can have their dreams and overcome any problems. In 1991, at age 27, Golden retired from competitive skiing. She continued other challenges. She liked to go hiking and rock climbing in the hot desert. Her life was calm for a while, but she soon got terrible news. In 1992, the doctors told her she had breast cancer. She had to have both breasts removed. She was brave in front of others, just like when she was a child, but inside she was afraid and angry. Several months later, there was more bad news. Her cancer had spread and she needed more surgery and more treatments. Golden became very depressed. One night, she took an overdose of pills. But she realized she had made a mistake and she called a friend. Her friend rushed her to the hospital and thankfully she survived. After her suicide attempt, Golden searched for reasons to live. She got a puppy, but a month later it died. One day, she got in her car and headed for the mountains. She was going to jump into a deep river. But once again, her will to live was too strong. She turned back and went to see a counselor. She got another puppy and named him Midnight Sun because he was her light in the night. Golden tried to make the best of things, even though it was sometimes difficult. She had a lot of friends and she liked to go out and have fun. One night she met a man at a Halloween costume party. He was Steve Brosnahan, the student who had watched her train at Dartmouth. It seemed as if fate had brought them together again. On Valentine's Day, while Diana was at the hospital getting her cancer treatment, Steve asked her to marry him. By then, the doctors had told Diana that she had 1 to 5 years to live. Steve and Diana got married in August 1999 and said in front of everyone there that they would love each other forever. They learned to make the best of every moment they had together. Sadly, Diana died in August 2001.